Bit of a stream of consciousness type of video for today's topic, which is all about starseeds on Earth and how to deal with planet Earth problems. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Alvia, I use he, him pronouns. I'm a star guide, a multi-passionate creative and an Andromedan ghostbuster. I think the main thing for when it comes to our journey as a starseed is to appreciate the Earth experience and understand that there was a really good reason for us to come here. Another thing that's quite important is that when we face troubles with other human beings, because remember, we are human also, we're coming into contact with these other human beings who may be living more in their mental paradigms or in their mind levels, or they might be living more in their ego. And in those situations we have to respect their free will and we have to allow them to have their own journey, but also be honest with ourselves and understand that sometimes that journey is not about our journey, and therefore we have to allow ourselves to let go, detach and move on, right? Because sometimes there is just no benefit in trying to hold on to journeys that are not our own, or hold on to situations that simply do not serve our highest growth, right? Because the highest good of all involves you. And sometimes when we do think about what the highest good of all involved is, sometimes that does include letting other people know where they might be working through, for example, a belief system or, again, a mental paradigm or something egoic, where they might be working from a wounded place. Sometimes we do need to let these people know that that's what seems to be going on. But this is, again, one of those situations where we really have to measure it up. We have to know whether or not that's a part of our journey to be doing, right? If this is something that we need to actually put our word in, or just bring this thing up to surface. Because sometimes, especially those of us who are very empathic, very compassionate, very driven to make a difference, those of us can sometimes have a really hard time not doing that, because we understand that we want the best for the other person as well. But it's important to understand this isn't about converting people, it's about helping people. It's about actually helping people, not trying to force a certain conclusion to everybody. It's about knowing that difference. Where the difference between becoming almost religious about this stuff versus just wanting to be helpful, just working from your true aligned path, true aligned mission and purpose, your true aligned helpful assistance work thing comes from. So that's an important part of the journey with other humans who may not be as awake, who may not be as open to this stuff, or who may just not be working for the highest good of all. Let's just put it that way. There are those beings as well, and sometimes those situations, if it's really intense, we just have to allow ourselves to let go and move on, because not everyone can be changed. And somebody out there, whoever you are, you needed to hear that. Not all people can be changed, and we need to allow ourselves to, let that be, and go and live with those who actually do seek to improve the well-being of everyone involved, and who do seek that growth and ascension. So that was the first topic. Number 2, enjoy the earthly existence. Surely we have those situations with things like our bodies, our physical environment and stuff like that, where the density can be a cause for many illnesses. The density can even attract different types of beings who are not in our highest interest to interact with. those type of things can happen when it comes to our bodies and when it comes to our physical environments. But my main message is not only just to take care of those things, right? Of course we have to take care of those things, and we have to, mind our gardens, keep our gardens, physical earth gardens, it's a figurative garden, but for example, my garden could be my apartment, it could be my body. So all of that we want to take care of. We want to honor it and bless it and enjoy it. That's what the fruits are there for. That's why we grow tomatoes in the backyard so we can eat them, right? Enjoy. Enjoy the physical existence as much as you can. Find something every day to appreciate about the physical existence. But do not become obsessed with it either. Do not fixate on being in a physical realm or being in a material existence, because that can also tip the scale the other way, and it can screw your perspective a little bit too much. It can be more challenging because you are a starseed and you're meant to incorporate your multidimensional and higher dimensional aspects into the present in your whole beingness, in your whole life. Just shine that vibrant, multidimensional, ascended rainbow, whatever color light you got going on, just even bigger. Like I would just go like radiance all over. Blast this whole apartment with light, just like so yeah, that's something to remember. If you go outside, if you have any nature outside, it can be really good for your soul to just go and connect with the earth spirits, right? And the frequency of all of the plants, all of the earth, all of the animals that are there. I do it even even when I go and walk. Like there's this little shore thing, this river thing that I go to, and then there are these little ducks every time that I go say hi to, having some heart-to-heart communication. Sometimes they don't want to talk though. Sometimes they just want food. So then they're kind of working more at their animal life levels. They're not like in their sort of multidimensional space. But I do that communication with like bugs and birds and all kinds of beings when I go into the forest, and the water over there is just very cleansing. Just being near that water is very healing and cleansing for me. It's totally my element. And I love the sun, of course. Also, the sun is so vitalizing. Right now it's very snowy, so haven't seen the sun properly in like many months. It's Finland. And I can't wait to see the sun again and just go and lay in the forest, like just lay on the moss and on the stones that are there, It can be very powerful for us starseeds to work with the multidimensional bandwidth of the earth in that way. So that brings us like together, right? It's very unifying, because that way we are connecting and using this body as a tool and a vehicle for the source to contact the earth and to contact the spirit once again through the earth. So it's something that I definitely wanted to make sure that I mentioned in this one, so that we had like an actual tool and not just like a mindset mentality thing, That's one thing. And of course, if you want to have like, say, some houseplants, I got this guy, and then there's another one, and a new one is coming because this one with babies. So yeah, I have a few plants. Of course, I work with herbal magic and crystals and stuff like that, but that's just one thing that came to my mind. Maybe some of my fellow starseeds would benefit from that idea, incorporating some plants and stuff into your day-to-day life. It's very cute, very nice, super cute. So if there is any other questions you may have for me, you can of course leave comments below, and we can discuss more. If there are any other things you might need help with, of course there's that video that I wanted to make about multidimensional embodiment, so I'm gonna get to that. This was again a bit more of a stream of consciousness. This wasn't necessarily about scripting a video and then just posting it, so I hope you enjoy this anyway. I'll get back to you in my next video. Make sure you are subscribed if you want to see more of this, and I'll see you soon. Stay inspired.